Are you captivated by all this rhetoric that's going on about artificial intelligence? So many people that I come across all around the world are concerned that AI is going to come in and take over and take our jobs. Well, if that's you, that's okay. I can understand why. So stick with me, because this week I'm going to give you the secret to be able to make that not be a problem for you. Hi, this is Grant Herbert, leadership and sustainable performance coach, and today I want to start a conversation around navigating AI through human relationships. There's so much talk going on about artificial intelligence, ChatGPT and the like, and it's created a lot of uncertainty for people right across the world. They're concerned about a number of things. One, at a macro level, what is it going to mean to the way we do things if we bring in all this AI? Now, generative AI is all the rage right now, and that's great. But what I want to remind us all before we get started today is that AI has been around for a very, very long time. Every time you click on something on social media, there is an algorithm in the background which is going to feed you more things based on what you click on. That's artificial intelligence. If you've ever used a search engine on the internet, and I'm sure you have, that's artificial intelligence. So now we've stepped up and we've gone to a new level of what it can do. And the problem with that, as I said, is it's created this uncertainty. But you see, AI is not the problem. I don't care how great those things get. I believe, in my experience, that the most valuable asset you will continue to have in being able to develop your career and every other area of your life are your human-to-human connections, your relationships with other people, other human beings. You know, even the robots have to be programmed by a human. And yes, they all do great things, but the first thing we want to understand is they're there to serve us, not the other way around. That's a conversation for another day when we're at a tech conference or something like that. But what I want to focus on this month is the key area of relationships as we go through these 9 crucial shifts for all leaders in the age of AI, VUCA, or whatever it is we're talking about. This 8th shift is going from conflict to collaboration. It's all about removing all that uncertainty and confusion that creates problems when you're working with other human beings. Right back at the start of the year and in the first shift, we talk about your identity, and that's the relationship you have with yourself. Now we're going to step into the relationships that you have with others. My experience is that this is the key area that brings a lot of people undone who are technically savvy, great people in their field. It's getting on and playing well with others. I know in my own corporate career, my military career before that, this was the key problem for me because I was worried that everyone was out to get me and I was competing with everybody and I was trying to prove to everybody that I was good enough and all those things that we dealt with in the identity area. So this was a major problem for me. You know, I know that many people get promoted in their role because of their great technical ability. And so what we do is we go, well, we want to reward you. So now we're going to give you a team to look after. And I know a lot of people think, oh, great, I can't even look after myself. And now you want me to look after other people as well. And the people are different to me and they're not listening to me and they don't do things the way I do or think the way that I do. And this creates the conflict. So what I want to do this month is I want to unpack some key strategies and teach you some skills that you can employ so that your human-to-human relationships will become stronger and mutually beneficial. And it'll be, instead of a difficult area in your career, it'll be a strength. So as we go into this, I want us to remember all the things that we've talked about already, because we've got to bring a good, solid version of ourselves into the relationships. So working on that identity, the approval addiction, the imposter syndrome, performance trap, all those issues that create that uncertainty about yourself, they will need to continually be worked on, because that's what you bring to the table in a relationship. You. The other thing is that the other people, whether it's one other individual or a group of people, they're all just like you. They've got their own uncertainties, their own challenges, and the way they think, and their worth issues and all the other things. So we've got people who are imperfect human beings coming together to work with each other. One of the main reasons there's so much conflict is what I said before about myself, is that everyone thinks they're in competition, that whether it's consciously or subconsciously concerned that people are there to take their job or to get in the road of their opportunity, or they've got differing opinions and different ideas around things and different agendas. And this is where the conflict comes in. At a basic level, the human being is selfish, and the behavior that starts with the thoughts are all designed so that you can stay safe. And as we've talked about, those three universal fears of not being enough, not belonging, not being loved, all those things come in. And the other humans around us are the ones that create those things. So we need to shift our thinking in the first instance around what other people are, what their agendas are, so that we can then look positively in being able to have new relationships and to grow and build those relationships. Now, this is no different for people who might call themselves an introvert or an extrovert. It's a lot deeper than that. It's being able to be curious and seek understanding, and to have a high level of emotional and social intelligence so that you can get on well with others. It's like a young group of kids in the playground. They have to learn how to play well together. That doesn't change, only the age of the kids. So over the next few weeks, we're going to talk about some foundational skills for the individual and for the team. And what I want to encourage you to do, doesn't matter what your position is in your team, is to share this. If you're watching this or listening, or you've subscribed and you get to join the conversation each week, then invite other people as well to get involved with it as well and learn these key things and to go on this journey together. We're going to talk about being a masterful communicator. One of the reasons why there's so much conflict is people are confused by what they think other people are saying. So I'm going to teach you how you can shift that. And by bringing that clarity of understanding with a high level of emotional intelligence, you're going to be able to have stronger relationships where they're mutually beneficial, where they're good for you, they're good for them, and good for the greater good. We're also going to talk about conflict and look at it from a totally different perspective and have a look at how conflict can actually be really good in a relationship. But we're going to do it in a way that's strategic, where we understand it's not what we do, but how we do it that will determine whether it's good or unhealthy conflict. Relationships with other human beings are always going to be important. They're going to be right up there as a critical set of skills that you need to be able to thrive and survive right across your life. And as we're talking about here, in your career as well. Well, that's it from me for another week. Join me again next week as we start to unpack and go deeper in this conversation around relationships by looking at what underpins great teamwork. I'll see you then.